bold vision. Because, as I said, the country was mostly agrarian, mostly closed, and even internet was a luxury. And setting such an ambitious goal to make an Uzbekistan IT hub was unimaginable at that time. But thanks to his visionary leadership, now we are at the stage where we are kind of very confidently saying that this year we are going to exceed our first $1 billion of IT-enabled services exports from Uzbekistan. And we are not just stopping with the first $1 billion, we have set the very ambitious goal of having $5 billion a year by 2030. And why we are so confident? Because already we see the drive. In 2017, we had just less than 10 companies with foreign capital having an office in Uzbekistan. But here, every month, now we see that more than 30 companies are opening the offices here. Even within this forum, I just met with several companies who opened offices yesterday or today. So this is one of the signs of how Uzbekistan is really experiencing this drive for change, drive to become the really IT hub of the region. And why you should consider Uzbekistan? First of all, as I said, the political will. At the level of president, at the level of government, at all levels until the levels of the district mayors, you can see the interest in the support of IT and IT-enabled services. Because it's a double-landlocked country, and we have seen very huge growth of population since 1990. And instead of sending our people to work abroad, our policy is to bring those remote jobs to Uzbekistan using the information technologies. And it is really paying off. We can see this change, and it is becoming a drive for not only for all the levels of government authorities, which are ready to support not only in the capital city of Tashkent or the regional centers like Samarkand, but at the district levels as well. But it is also becoming a drive among the young people. We see the huge growing interest in learning foreign languages. We have so many young people here within this forum as well, so many volunteers who have much better command of English, much better command of Arabic language and other international languages. And we see the drive for learning the new technologies. And our people are really getting more and more international certificates. We have set the state program for subsidizing the education and certification of international certificates. And now we see that there's a huge interest among youth to get those certificates. And in the last year's Coursera's Global Skills Report, Uzbekistan was ranked #1 in terms of the share of active learners on Coursera compared to the share of the workforce. So this also shows the confidence that upcoming cohort of people are going to be much more ready to work in your offices. And for the past 7-8 years, we've been also making systemic changes at education level. We had a not so good history of people from the Soviet Union times, people going to the cotton field instead of education. So from the September to 3-4 months, they've been in cotton fields. But thanks to the political will of President Mirziyoyev, we were able to completely abolish this old practice. So all the teachers, all the kids are in the schools, are in the universities. And this is really helping us to make sure that we focus on quality of education. And we've been able to increase the access to press school from very limited access in 2017 to the time where every parent, every mother is able to afford the preschool education for their kids. And as you know, early investment in education gives the best return on your investment. And we have connected all our schools with high-speed internet. With the partners from United States, we implemented a very ambitious program which we called English-Speaking Nation, so that more and more graduates are able to speak English better. We have reviewed all the English curriculum. We focused, instead of learning the grammar, to improving their 4 skills, speaking, reading, writing, listening. We improved the capacity of the teachers of foreign languages. And we increased the access to higher education, which was limited to just 9%. Now, almost all the graduates, meaning that about half of the graduates of schools, are able to go to the universities. Since we opened the many international universities, many private universities, and now they are also not limited with the universities within Uzbekistan. Many young people are considering to apply to the top universities of the world, and we see the increasing share of the young people who are studying at the top universities. And they are coming back and opening their startups here. And now, when we started all these efforts, we were focusing mostly on the IT and enabled services outsourcing, and now we see that the growing interest in startups. And we see the interest of all the startup ecosystem players coming to this region. As we see the new VC funds, startup accelerators and others. And we are also very much interested to see more of them, because Uzbekistan is located at the crossroad of East and West, where during this Great Silk Road time and after that, we have seen a mix of different cultures, mix of different religions, and this is really becoming a breeding ground for the growing the talents. So we are not talking about just cheap labor. We are talking about talent, and talents at an affordable rate, and very cost-efficient way of doing business, because your companies are not paying taxes until 2040. And your workers are paying also less taxes than in other industries. And as recently was mentioned in this safety perception index, Uzbekistan was ranked #1 as one of the safest countries in the world. And just feel free to see around the Samarkand and other cities of Uzbekistan, just to really experience this safety feeling and experience the rich culture of Uzbekistan. Once again, I'm very much honored to welcome you here, and I really want to see the growing of your business with us. This is our main message we want to deliver. We really want to help to grow your business with us, and this will enable more and more of the young people of Uzbekistan to find very highly paid jobs, to grow their startups, and to cooperate with the companies, specifically from the GCC region as well. Thank you. Rahmat Kottaka.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we believe now is the time to dive deeper into a subject that lies at the very heart of Uzbekistan's digital ambition, the economic transformation and global opportunity. The upcoming presentation comes at a profound momentum of a surge in the Gulf tourism, accelerated by the diplomatic agreements and the visa-free regimes between the Gulf countries and Uzbekistan. It might seem as just one indicator of a partnership, but there is a deeper story behind. And the story is that Uzbekistan is getting discovered, not just as a back office, but as a smart, multilingual, scalable partner.
ضيوفنا وشركاؤنا الأعزاء، نعتقد أن الوقت قد حان للتعمق في موضوع يقع في صميم طموحات أوزبكستان الرقمية، التحول الاقتصادي والفرص العالمية. يأتي هذا العرض القادم في زخم عميق من الطفرة في السياحة الخليجية. قد يبدو ذلك أحد مؤشرات الشراكة الكبيرة بين مجلس التعاون الخليجي وأوزبكستان، لكن هذه هو القصة. يتم اكتشاف أوزبكستان، لكن ليس كمكتب خلفي، بل كشريك رقمي ذكي للتعدد اللغات وقابلا للتطوير للعالم. يقدم هذه الأفكار السيد إسماعيل جون عيسى محمدوف، المدير الرئيسي في إدارة تطوير الصادرات في مجمع التكنولوجيا المعلومات في أوزبكستان.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting these insights is going to be Mr. Ismail John Isamuhamedov, the Chief Manager at the Exports Development Department at IT Park, Uzbekistan. Please welcome.
Thank you very much for such a warm introduction, Umida and Abdurrahman. Good morning, Excellencies, distinguished guests, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us today at GCC-Uzbekistan Digital and Tech Forum. My name is Ismail Jonisa Muhamedov, and I am the Chief Manager at the Expert Development Department at IT Park Uzbekistan. And today, I'm honored to share with you how Uzbekistan is becoming a new global IT hub and why it is the best time to partner with us. First, let me start with this. Sorry, presentation. Yeah, our government has made the digital development our national priority. Under the leadership of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, IT Park was launched in 2019 with a bold mission to create the world's best environment for offshore outsourcing. And we've already done a lot, and we already rank number 8 in ease of starting doing business according to the World Bank. Our digital economy has seen almost 18% of growth at the export trade and more than 30% of growth in FDIs, which makes us top 3 fastest growing digital economies in the world. So it's not only about that. We also have the Digital Uzbekistan 2030 strategy, under which we are planning to hit over $5 billion of IT exports by 2030, more than 10,000 tech companies, and over 300,000 IT professionals. Ambitious? Yes. Realistic? Absolutely, because we have our biggest strengths, our people. So with a population of over 38 million people, that 65% of them are under 35 years old, Uzbekistan is one of the youngest nations in the world. And regarding the education, we have 210 universities, where 30 of them are international university campuses that annually altogether produce 125,000 graduates, where almost half of them, 60,000, are graduates in IT, design, business, engineering, and other spheres that are so necessary to make your business prosper. And it's not only about education, but also about the languages. Uzbekistan is a multilingual land, and I guess you've already noticed that. English, Turkish, Arabic, European and Asian groups of languages are widely spoken here. So whether you need a software developer, or a data analyst, or a customer service representative, you will not have to look far. We have the people, and you bring us the opportunity. And the global IT outsourcing and BPO companies are already taking notice of that. For instance, we have the EPAM systems that have established their office in 2019 and have already employed over 600 employees in Uzbekistan. And there is also a BPO case that we want to highlight, Dainino, that have established their office in 2022 and have already employed more than 200 employees in Uzbekistan. But these are only 2 cases. If you take a look at the key indicators of IT Park members, you will see that IT Park now hosts over 2,850 companies, out of which 750 are with the foreign capital. And as for the Gulf, in 2022, we had only 16 companies exporting the services to the MENA region, whereas now, in 2024, we had already 85 of them. So it's almost 6 times increase. And the number of MENA capital companies has also tripled for the same period. And we hope that after this forum, these numbers will update and we'll have more. So now I see the question in your eyes. You want to ask me, how do I start a business? And I tell you, it's very simple. We know that the businessmen, investors like you, are done with all these slow procedures, bureaucracy, and everything that stops your business. So in Uzbekistan, we've taken care of that. The company registration is just in 3 days. IT Park application is only 15 days. 100% of the foreign ownership is allowed. Logistics also play in your favor. Uzbekistan has a very convenient time zone, being located in the heart of Eurasia. We are only 1 hour ahead of Dubai, 3 hours ahead of London, and 4 hours behind Seoul, which means that the most of the working hours overlap, which gives you the convenience in connecting your operations in different countries. Moreover, we have 76 direct flights to the different international cities from Tashkent. So in Uzbekistan, no work permit is needed. There is no hidden paperwork. Just easy access to everything you need to start your business. And it will take from 6 to 8 weeks for you to fully launch your operations here. So now, let me talk about one of the most attractive things, the cost efficiency. IT park residents are exempted of paying the taxes until 2040s. So which taxes? Corporate, social, property and land tax, value-added tax are zero. For other 15 years, you are exempted of paying them. The personal income tax and the tax on dividends have also been decreased to 7.5% and 5% respectively. Moreover, I've told you how skillful our talent pool is, how our people are educated. But let me now tell you this. You will not have to also pay much for them. For only $30,000 a year, you could hire a senior software developer here in Uzbekistan. A customer service representative would cost you around $7,000. And if we talk about the office rent rates, they start in Tashkent just from $15 per square meter. That is much lower in other major capitals and hubs. But in other cities, it's even cheaper. So we know that making a new step, going into a new country, investing is risky. And we've considered that, and for those who are still in debt, we have our expense reimbursement program that is called Zero Risk. Under this program, we provide you with free offices for 1 year, free technical equipment up to 100 seats for 1 year. We reimburse up to 15% of the salaries that you pay to your employees, and we also partially cover your expenses on HR services, educations, and trainings, if needed. So let's imagine last year your company has made $5 million of annual revenue. You could retain up to 80% of that revenue in Uzbekistan. Isn't it attractive? We think it is. So we've talked a lot about the numbers, policies, and I could continue going on further. But I would like to go beyond that and talk about something that is just as important as everything that I've mentioned before, the hospitality and cultural adaptability. We are proud to be ranked top 10 most welcoming countries in the world. And Lonely Planet last year has ranked us 7th destinations to travel. Moreover, our people are open, tolerant, culturally adaptable, because we have here over 100 ethnic groups and 16 religions that are being practiced here peacefully, which means that you can come from anywhere in the world and you would be welcomed here. Uzbekistan is also top 30% of the happiest nations in the world because of our great food, great nature, culture, history, and architecture. And you would see it further. We are also very happy about the social progress that we are making. Now, more than a third of the parliamentary seats in Uzbekistan are held by women. And women also take 36% of the total labor workforce. All of this is supported by the free PhD and master's courses for the women in tech and science, because we know that the inclusive growth is the future. So let me please finish with this. If you look at success as a dish, Uzbekistan has all the ingredients for that. We are ready, we are open, we are eager to build strong, long-term partnerships with our Gulf partners. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm happy to answer if you have any questions or you need more details. Welcome to Uzbekistan, your next digital partner.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker brings a perspective that is especially important in today's tech world, the investor's lens. So we'll now focus on IT Park Ventures, one of Uzbekistan's leading venture funds, and a single window platform that ensures and streamlines the entry and connects the capital to the opportunity here. One of its powerful tools is 1+1 program, a bold initiative that matches foreign investment dollar for dollar, doubling the capital that enters the market with a statement, we are ready to co-invest in your success.
سيداتي وسادتي، يجلب متحدثنا التالي وجهة نظر غير، خاصة في المشهد التكنولوجي سريع التطور اليوم، مستثمر وعدسة المستثمر. لذا سنركز الآن على شركة IT Park Ventures، هي واحدة من الصناديق الاستثمارية الرائدة في أوزبكستان. إحدى أدواتها القوية هي برنامج 1+1، هي مبادرة جريئة تضاهي الاستثمار الأجنبي بالدولار مقابل الدولار، مما يضاعف رأس المال الذي يدخل النظام البيئي. والآن رحبوا معنا بالسيد دارمون بارمونوف، المستشار في شركة IT Park Ventures.
So now please welcome Mr. Davron Parmonov, advisor at IT Park Ventures, who will show us the gateways to the next generation of unicorns from Uzbekistan.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Samarkand. I'm representing IT Park Ventures, and the older venture capital ecosystem is new here, and welcome the guests from GCC countries. If it was a peaceful place for GCC, we will invite more. Is it a presentation? Thanks. Okay. So, Uzbek startup ecosystem very young, 3 years old. Now, it's a tremendous effect of the rising of government support. We are now doing the ecosystem better. Let me introduce what's going on in our market. Startup ecosystem is 3-4 years old. Now, venture capital appeared 2 years ago, and our government support now enhancing the opportunities for example, Startup Blink, they have 150 companies. Now they are doing the research methodology of whole the country's ecosystem. Now they are doing the Central Asia that we are fastest growing ecosystem in the world, second place, and Central Asia now is top country. Now Uzbekistan is becoming best place for the startups and venture capital. We have 100 startups which is raised money. Now we have 1,000 startups doing the better, scalable, and great products. We have unicorns arise, Uzum, TBC Uzbekistan, and there are 5 unicorns also doing their business. I think unicorns will be in 3 to 5 years. We will see the next billion-dollar companies. So the ecosystem is not a local story. We are helping them from early stage and giving them follow-on investment for their growth. At the beginning, we help them startup studios, startup garage, and university programs, and best of them go to the global accelerator programs and scaling to the other markets, MENA, USA, and Europe. So we have accelerator programs in US, we are cooperating with Silk Road, we have a partnership with Astana Hub, we are sending the good talents to the United States. And support of President Tech Award also, up to 100K is giving to startups. IT Park Ventures is government backed with help of Sovereign Wealth Fund. There are 10 million was allocated. Now we are supporting local Central Asian and Central Eurasian country startups. Most of them is our local founders, and we diversified our portfolio through Central Asian and MENA. We support also diaspora founders who's abroad. Focus area mainly fintech, AI, edtech, and tech key sector industries also. MVP stage whereas with check size up to 150K, for the growth we're giving 300K, and follow-on investment up to 1 million. We have already invested 8 good startups from Central Eurasia and 3 million deployed. Our first investment in the 6 months is Data Truck, for example. There is a truck company based B2B, and they are doing the AI for the truck companies and enhancing their work automatization. And one of the greatest minds from Uzbekistan, 4 guys, now conquering US market. Almost 400 companies is using TruckGPT, Data Truck, and FinTruck. Geomotive, talent who had done 2 exits, now going to Central Asian and MENA market and Eastern Europe. UnitLab AI, it's data annotation platform. Now it's a same model with Scale AI, which recently acquired by Facebook at valuation 28 billion. Kuzin, we're helping self-employers to find jobs and giving them education also. Push Story, first Azerbaijani startups, the market leader in health tech, also doing expansion in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. Now they are going to MENA. Cradle Tech Vision is an AI innovation for the manufacturing and B2B. The computer vision also changing our environment and manufacturing. Bito RP, one of the fastest growing SaaS platform. Now they have 1,000 clients, and now they're doing B2B. They have $1 billion turnover, all these companies. FlexSurf, market leader for the B2B lending, microfinance, and pawn shops, with good traction. Investment process of venture is quite straightforward. As example, we deal sourced with our partners 400 startups and doing co-investment with local and global venture funds. Strategy for the startup ecosystem. Now we're looking for the talents in the whole region and making the incubation programs if they need it. For the MVP, we're helping them with our university program, incubation, and startup garage, which is covered all the region of Uzbekistan, also helping them. Having giving small check size up to 20K. And if startup is going well, they receive President Tech Award up to 100K, and CS Angel Club is also helping them to evolving. And there are government projects also, World Bank Group also giving educational system for doing their MVP products with businesses. If startup is going well, next funnel is going to the VC funding. VC funding is growing. From this year, we have a 150 million available capital, and we're deploying them step by step. If startup is going well and go to other markets, there are VCs and a local private equity also involved. It's more than 500 million ready to deploy this startup ecosystem. We're looking for the exits, corporate and M&As. This year, 3 corporate M&As has happened. Now startups selling their shares to the corporates and making their products better. Our mission is giving the talents opportunity, right support, and making them high net worth individuals. Most important, LP and GP co-investment partnership. I'm looking for the partners from MENA and GCC countries to supply and to cooperate with these projects. Become an LP, you can do co-investment from our region, deal flow session, join programs, and become a general partner either. You can anchor our 10 million venture fund from your site. Target size of the fund, we are targeting 30, and in 3 to 4 years, we will deploy all the capital. Investment process, it will take 3 to 4 years, and we'll deploy all the capital, and looking for the partners. Geography will be Central Asia, Eurasia, Caucasus, MENA, and diaspora founders also supported. There's a private access for the startups to our portfolio. We will giving all the due diligence, deal flows, and making better investment. Our target is every invested capital from Uzbekistan should bring foreign investment. For example, in statistic of our venture capital, now every dollar brought $4 from abroad. Now our target is making it $7. And you can unlock the matched capital, one-to-one GP partnership model. If you bring $1, we will give $1, and this opportunity will arise with your help. If MENA helps, we will help with your funders to enter our Central Asian market, soft lending programs, and other. Align incentives with public and private sectors. For example, now central banks are opening the fintech hub. There are IT parties doing enterprise. Then we will give them good collocation and localization programs. There is a good thing about IT Park. IT Park using their tech diplomacy, and I think we will cooperate with venture capital of GCC and MENA region and making collaboration with us. Looking for the win-win partnerships. Thank you.
Now, dear guests, we often speak of potentials, partnerships, and possibilities. But right now, it's time to talk about a proof that Uzbek startups are already delivering world-class solutions. Our next speaker, founder and CEO of KPI.com, has managed to bring his product as one of Uzbekistan's most notable startup success stories with a firm hold in the GCC region. KPI.com is now already serving clients across the Arab world with scalable solutions, proving that Uzbek startups can compete and win in a global market.
ضيوفنا الأعزاء، غالباً ما نتحدث عن الإمكانات والإمكانيات والشراكات، لكن متحدثنا التالي يمثل دليل على أن الشركات الناشئة الأوزبكية تبني حلولاً عالمية. جميع أنحاء KPI.com تخدم العالم العربي بحلول قابلة للتطوير في تخطيط موارد المؤسسات الإنشائية والموارد البشرية والمالية، مما يثبت أن المنتجات الأوزبكية يمكنها المنافسة في السوق العالمية. يرجى الترحيب بالسيد مزفر كربايف، الرئيس التنفيذي لشركة KPI.com.
Please welcome Mr. Muzaffar Karabayev, the CEO of KPI.com.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, everybody. Great to see you all in my home country. As soon as I can get this started. Okay, cool. First of all, I have to say that on the venture front, just a quick finish off. I think both IT Park Ventures, but Aloqa Ventures, Sukhrop, I think you should stand up as well if you guys meet to these guys. They funded over 50 to 100 startups now. So this particular segment is definitely on that very, very early stage, is fantastically growing. So in that sense, we invite all the startups to relocate to Uzbekistan and then, get this benefit of up to, a couple of 100,000 that we have available, it seems, and it is really happening, and I'm super excited. On my own stuff, I only dreamed of these things 10 years ago, and I started this almost 20 years ago. I'll tell you a little bit about some of the things I've done. So I'm old. I'm kind of now. Where's the young people? Where's the young entrepreneurs? Give a shout. Where are you? Come on. I've come with few of them today. I traveled with them, and all of these guys have worked in all Uzbek startups, and I'm super proud to be leading them as well now, to help them and to take them to the next level. So as far as I'm concerned, I was actually sitting in London when I set up my first startup called Uz Report, which is a TV channel now. I never forget, my partner called me up and said, what did you start? You know, this is too much. Come back and work. And I said, you have it. And then I left it to him, and he carried on, and he made a big thing. After that, I started, obviously, the bug of startups in the area of early Google and Yahoo's when we started hiring programmers, and obviously I'm super proud of Sherzod Shermat of our IT park now, because they're obviously now scaling it almost like 10x. Competition is also huge, but we've done a lot of things ever since. So after KPI.com, which was set up in the early years of 2010, I ended up having my first customers in GCC. And interestingly, how I ended up with my first customers in GCC, basically I could only afford to spend a couple of $1,000s in Google. And when I was starting doing the Google advertising, all my customers initially came from GCC. So I started flying to Oman, to Dubai, to Riyadh, and this is 2013. And then after I started having my first customers, I actually moved there with my family, and I lived in Dubai for almost 10 years, and then, raised, obviously, my initial sort of, for KPI.com, initially I raised investors from Middle East and the UK, but most importantly, Wing, which is my startup, which I worked with Souk. I think most of you who came from the region know Souk.com. They actually were my first investment. I raised my first decent $1 million in 2014 from there, and then the acquisition story came after that. Ever since, I've been involved in a few other startups. Lebazar, we started, obviously, out of the 10, 15 startups I've been involved, almost 12, 13 failed, and we continue to see that space sort of brewing from this point on. But as I said, now, even if you start hundreds of startups that are starting, there's a lot of garage, startup incubators, both from Middle East, from the region, and Uzbekistan itself. I'm confident it'll explode over the next couple of years, and it'll overtake any Central Asian country. Mark my word. I think our president, when they put our president has announced couple of months back that this particular space will have almost 200 million investment going into this segment. So, again, any investors that are coming from a lot of emerging and third world, emerging and developing countries, they definitely have some money to be spent here and have their teams based out of here. So it's not just about outsourcing and BPO, I have to say. It'll be about all of that. Us, particularly, we kind of, as I said, most of the top flag countries, I've been there, we have customers, we've served customers, and I have to tell you, my teams all the way from 2005 to today, they've all been based here. So we've served 95% our customers out of Uzbekistan. It can be done. We've employed thousands of people over the years, so no hesitation whatsoever. Also, there's the most important element of Uzbek, especially young talent, they stay loyal. You could look up between at least 2 years or to 5 years turnover if you hire someone rather junior years, if you like. So from that perspective, investing early is what I would recommend in terms of talent and the teams. And as I said, maybe 5 years ago, we only had 5 universities. We now have, I think, hundreds of universities. Every day there is something opening up, and usually parents spend a lot of money to education. So you've got very good, literacy of English, tech, and all of those things, even if they enter the universities. So from that perspective, again, you can serve any of these countries and the languages as well. Now, in terms of our product, as I said, a little bit of a sales side, since I have you all here. KPI.com is almost like a Zoho-like product with on the core of it is an accounting system, but we serve all kinds of HR dashboards, obviously BI, now everything going to the AI space as well. We'll talk a little bit about AI as well. And by the way, there are at least 5 or 6 AI companies today here as well. By all means, mingle with them, and a lot going on here. And as I said, it's very super exciting in every level. But KPI.com, you can go and sign up and get a free trial and even freemium editions, by all means. In terms of where we're going with it, I think now, obviously, I think the big challenge for everybody else, what is the industry is going to look like going forward, right? Obviously, onboarding this, people who kind of get implementing these systems now might switch to be computers themselves. So every technology now, whatever we're writing, has to go effective pattern learning, training your existing employees to kind of turn at least to be AIs or to be a best prompt engineers themselves. So that's where the space is going, and I hope that a lot of the startups that we're going to do, and I know that I'm on the board of IT Park Ventures or Aloha Ventures, they're particularly looking for, for AI-driven stuff. So it doesn't mean we're sitting on the, on whatever it was on the early years of 21st century. I think we're truly going to go to the AI space, and our products, most of our products are all AI-driven as well. These are our client lists. Obviously, as a company, we serve thousands of customers around the world, but you can see some of the bottom line of that, huge companies. I'm particularly proud with a company called Kenda. They're one of the biggest pest control companies in the UAE with almost 1,000 employees. They create almost 7,000 jobs in our system every day. So, that is all being supported and done again from here, from Uzbekistan, from our office in Tashkent. I welcome you to see that, and obviously IT Park in all the regions, all the way through Fergana Valley to Tashkent, they're giving free spaces. There's a lot, other than the VC, there's a lot to offer, and I hope you guys will take away and push your friends and companies and partners to come and really check out Uzbekistan. This is my contacts. That's it. As I said, we welcome you. Cuisine, everything is there, and again, come back more and more. I have to say there are almost 50 flights now from GCC every week. Save whatever happened in the last couple of days, but you can come here for $100 round trip. So welcome. Bring your families. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will turn our attention into one of the most dynamic segments of the global digital economy, the game development. Worldwide, game dev is emerging as one of the biggest pillars of the service experts, and Uzbekistan is not lagging behind. We're actually doing quite the opposite. We are strategically building a strong game dev ecosystem that has its iron backbones in the form of suitable legal frameworks, government support, and advanced infrastructure.
سيداتي وسادتي، الآن سنحول انتباهنا إلى أحد أكثر القطاعات الديناميكية في العالم، تطوير الألعاب. يبرز قطاع تطوير الألعاب على المستوى العالمي الدولي كركيزة رئيسية لصادرات الخدمات، وأوزبكستان ليست مختلفة عن ذلك، بل على العكس تماما. فالبلاد تضع الأساس لنظام بيئي بنيتها واهتمامها للدول المتزايد. ويمثل هذه الدخول من أوزبكستان الجريء إلى هذا المجال السيد عزمات رحمنزودا، رئيس قسم تنمية الصادرات في منطقة الشرق الأوسط وشمال أفريقيا وتطوير الألعاب.
Presenting Uzbekistan's bold entry into the space is going to be Mr. Azamat Rahmanzoda, the head of MENA Export Development and Game Dev Division at IT Park Uzbekistan. And now we'll find out how Uzbek Game Dev is getting connected to the world. Please, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I'm grateful that such a significant event has brought us together. As a human being, we often seek for a cheat code to reach our goal faster. But today, I'll tell you about the place where you don't need it anymore. A place designed to help you achieve your goals efficient, directly, without a detour. Let's have a bigger picture. We are a home for the largest and the most active game dev community in the region, with over 1,500 game developers, 135 indie projects, and over 40 larger studios. Game development now makes up 12% of a digital service export volume, alongside with a BPO or digital products. Many of our leading residents are performing in a key aspect of investment, design, development, testing, and publishing. What makes Uzbekistan truly stand out? Its flexibility. This is the location for both ready-to-be-published games or outsourcing companies that are seeking for a reliable and trustworthy partnership. Forward Gateway is the first publisher that has launched its international operations from Uzbekistan in the middle of 2024. Only 6 months of a reboot, a tremendous local support, and eventually a $1 million of a gross revenue. They trusted the location. They believed in the opportunity. They relied on the local talents. And it brought to the 7 times increase in the indicator of a unique players. Well, this is just another example how choosing a right location would lead you to a global success. Let's have a look at another remarkable growth story. In just 3 years, a creative team has grown from 7 to 70 artists, becoming a reliable partner to the global titles. They are working side by side with the industry leaders, such as Tencent, Moonfish, Azure, Activision, and Proxy Planet. Today, they're providing 2 and 3D arts. They're providing animation and quality assurance services to the clients across the world. A strong ecosystem needs a strong network. And that's what ITIC, a game dev association that was founded only last year. Well, right now, this is a remarkable platform for collaboration, talent development, and most important, international outreach. In this short period of time, they have united more than 30 gaming companies. They supported the release of 27 games and became a partner with the global leaders such as Xsola, Supersonic, and Voodoo. While governmental support is playing a vital role in growth of your business, a strong and reliable banking system helps you to launch and scale your operations. Company benefit from a fast and simple integration with the key monetization tools, acquiring split payments, in-game currencies resale that will maximize their game profit. But having a strong partner in banking system is not only for the monetization, but also for giving an access to a global payroll solution. Now, you can hire across the world. You can pay the salaries into any destination securely. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, today, Uzbekistan is offering you low-cost operations, a seamless financial infrastructure. It offers you a skilled and creative talent, a business-friendly ecosystem with 100% exemption of taxes. My name is Azamat Rahmanzadeh, and I'm the head of MENA Export Division in Game Dev, and I'm ready to be here and host you for your next global success. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to close this important gathering, we will turn to one of the leaders that is a voice of not only a vision, but also a decisive action, the CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan. He turns to the stage right now as one of the creators who has among those changes that we have been talking today the entire day. And now IT Park is already the national platform for export-led growth, global partnerships, and innovation. And it is all happening not just as it is, but for a reason. It is happening because of a leadership that dares to move boldly, thinks globally, and acts locally.
سيداتي وسادتي، في ختام هذه المجتمع الهام سنتحول إلى أحد القادة الذين لا يمثلون صوتا ذا رأي لكن صوتا ذا عمل. الرئيس التنفيذي لمجمع تكنولوجيا المعلومات في أوزبكستان يعود إلى المنصة كشخص التي كنا نناقشها طوال اليوم. اليوم أصبح منصة وطنية للابتكار ولقيادة المجتمع للبكرة، وكل ذلك يحدث بالفضل القيادة التي تجرؤ على التحرك بفكرة وتفكرا عالميا وتعمل محليا. أرجو أن ترحبوا ترحيبا حارا بالرئيس التنفيذي لمجمع تكنولوجيا المعلومات في أوزبكستان السيد عبد الأحد كوچكاروف.
So please give a warm welcome to the CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan, Mr. Abdulahad Kochkarov.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Wow, so many people, so many bright minds. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, our partners. As I wrap up today's first part of our session, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for coming to Samarkand. Thank you for being with us today. And Samarkand is the heart of the Great Silk Road. Please enjoy Samarkand. And over the last few years, the Uzbekistan has become a reliable partner for hundred companies all around the world. As His Excellency Mr. Shermatov mentioned, that today it's almost 3,000 companies, the members of IT Park. If we look back in a few years, it was only 150 companies, and only 4 companies it's foreign companies. Now, only monthly, 200 companies becoming a member of IT Park, alongside with 35 with a foreign capital. And we are very well working with the GCC countries. Now 75 companies providing the services, digital services to the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait. And so far, 16 companies with a fully ownership from the Gulf country citizens operated in Uzbekistan. And these 16 companies have their presence. They opened companies, the branch office in Uzbekistan. And now I think it's a right moment to start something bigger in a developing market, in emerging market. Every year we are growing at least 2 times. At least 2 times. And if you would like to make a outsourcing, our team is ready. Our team will assist you. If you would like to establish your own company, it's great. Your cost will be much less than outsourcing or finding our staffing team in Uzbekistan. And our team will support you on each stage, from company registration till finding talents, fit talents for your company. And you will concentrate on your core business, not doing some paperwork or any bureaucracy. If we look on the startup ecosystem, our ecosystem, it's nascent, it's young, but anyway, it's a 15 venture funds established in Uzbekistan, and they allocated $150 million for investment. And if you would like to join as a co-investor, and if you'd like to see our deal flow of our startups, or can be a limited partner for our next venture funds, also we are ready. We are ready to assist. We are ready to work with you. Just for example, just 1 month ago, together with the Astana Hub Kazakhstan, DIFC, UAE, and White Hill Capital, we launched an acceleration program in United Arab Emirates, and this acceleration program helps our startups to enter to the UAE market. To enter to the UAE market, find out customers, and it will work for both sides. Also, in the end of the last year, we opened our branch in Saudi Arabia, and our branch in Saudi Arabia will be a bridge between Central Asian countries and Saudi Arabian market. And finally, I would like to say that Uzbekistan is not a destination, it's a gateway. Gateway for 80 million people which are living in Central Asia countries. And Uzbekistan, it's an ideal launchpad to start operation in this country through Uzbekistan. And on behalf of the Minister of Digital Technologies, behalf of IT Park, and our digital community, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for coming here and supporting us. And we are looking forward to start cooperation with you as soon as possible, and I hope the next few months you can be on the stage and present how did you start business in Uzbekistan. And everything is possible due to our support of His Excellency, Mr. President of Uzbekistan. Everything is possible because of his. And thank you for coming us and supporting us, IT Park, and we are really keen to work with you and start a great projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, this is an exciting point for us because we've been talking about the partnerships and collaborations today, but right now, it is high time to show you some here. We're excited and proud to bring the partnerships and collaborations between the Gulf countries and Uzbekistan here to the stage. Real time, real life. So right now, we'll have to invite some companies, both from Uzbekistan and Gulf countries, that are already partnering and have signed their memorandums. So the first exciting project would be between Ignite platform by DIFC Innovation Hub, represented by Mr. Mohammed Al-Blushi, and IT Park Uzbekistan, represented by Mr. Abdulahad Kuchkarov.
أولاً لدينا الشراكة مع بلاتفورم إجنايت من شركة دي اف سي انوفيشن هاب مع السيد محمد البلوشي ومن شركة اي تي بارك أوزبكستان السيد عبد الأحد كوچكاروف.
Please welcome. This partnership makes a startup exchange. The startup gets access to the Ignite platform, resources and support, and vice versa.
هذه الشراكة هي لمساعدة الناشئات الشراكات الأوزبكية مع دولات مجلس التعاون الخليجي.
And now the next collaboration we will witness here right now is going to be between the White Hill Capital, Expense, and IT Park. We will be calling the representatives Renata Ilyubayeva, Zain Ansari, and Elyor Maksudov. Please welcome.
والآن لدينا الشراكة مع شركة وايت هيل كابيتال، شركة إكسبنس، وشركة اي تي بارك أوزبكستان. من وايت هيل كابيتال السيدة ريناتا إليوباييفا، من شركة إكسبنس السيد زين أنصاري، ومن اي تي بارك أوزبكستان السيد إليور مكسودوف.
This is a celebration of expansion, where the White Hill expands into Uzbekistan, and the Uzbek startups will be helped and supported in the Middle East. The Expense is also setting up their regional office here in Uzbekistan. Congratulations. And the next partnership here is going to be between the Trascon, represented by Mr. Naveen Bharadwaj, and IT Park, represented by Ms. Jamila Khalibayeva.
والآن لدينا الشراكة بين شركة تراسكون وشركة اي تي بارك أوزبكستان. من شركة تراسكون لدينا السيد نافين بهاردواج، ومن اي تي بارك أوزبكستان السيدة جميلة خليباييفا.
This partnership is going to mark the invitation of lots of tech events to Uzbekistan with the support of the Trascon and positioning the country as a regional innovation hub.
هذه الشراكة تعبر عن الاقتصاد بين دول مجلس التعاون الخليجي وأوزبكستان، والشركة تراسكون سيفتح مكتبهم في أوزبكستان.
Congratulations and thank you so much. And now, we have talked about the startups and how our startup ecosystem has been thriving and expanding and developing. Of course, not without the help of the Gulf countries too. So now we are excited to invite Mr. Azamat Karamatov, the CEO of IT Park Ventures, and Elyor Maksudov, the Startup and Investment Director of IT Park Uzbekistan, and the successful startups, namely Push 30, Cradle, Kuzin, FlexSoft, and Beto. that has managed to attract investments.
الآن لدينا التوقيع بين IT بارك أوزبكستان والشركات الناشئة هنا في أوزبكستان. أولاً لدينا السيد عزمت كرماتوف رئيس التنفيذي في IT بارك أوزبكستان. ثانياً لدينا السيد إليور مكسودوف الرئيس التنفيذي للشركات الناشئة في أوزبكستان. وهذه الشركات الناشئة هنا.
Please welcome to the stage. With this, we are very happy to see that the startups has been invested.
مع هذا الشراكة نرى جيداً الاعتبار في أوزبكستان.
Congratulations. And now please to the stage, the next startup. Cradle. Congratulations on attracting this investment. And now please welcome to the stage, Kuzin.
والآن لدينا شركة كوزن.
This is exciting to see how much investments has been attracted.
هذه جيداً لنرى الاستثمارات في أوزبكستان.
And welcome to the stage, Flexsoft.
والآن لدينا شركة فليكسوفت.
Congratulations and thank you for being a proof that our startups are getting developed. And last but not least, Vito, welcome to the stage.
والآخر لكن ليس قليل الشركة بيتو.
Thank you so much. We're excited to see these partnerships and the further investments coming.
شكراً لكم لهذه الشراكات الجيدة والكبيرة.
Thank you.
شكراً.
And now, what a wonderful session this has been. As we bring it to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we have witnessed today, the unfolding of a shared vision between Uzbekistan and the Gulf countries. But this is not the ending, this is just the beginning. After the lunch break that is prepared for you outside, through our upcoming panel discussions that start at 2 o'clock, we will move from dialogue to discovery and take a closer look at Uzbekistan's digital infrastructure, thriving tech companies, and future-proof ecosystems.
يا لها من جلسة رائعة. وبينما نختتمها دعونا نتوقف لحظة للتفكير على ما شاهدناه اليوم. تبلور رؤية مشتركة بين أوزبكستان ودول تعاون مجلس الخليجي. ولكن هذه مجرد البداية. فبعد استراحة الغداء لدينا الساعة 2 حلقات النقاش من الحوار إلى الاكتشاف على البنية التحتية الرقمية في أوزبكستان. إذن ونحن نختم جدولنا الآن ندعوكم إلى حمل هذه الروح إلى الأمام. شكرا لكم ونراكم لاحقا.
So as we conclude today, we invite you to carry the spirit forward. Thank you and see you later.